This is a video on how to be jealous. So, just recently I was feeling a bit jealous. I was in a taxi and my wife was talking to the taxi driver and it seemed like they were flirting in Russian. Now, I may have been completely wrong about that. May have got that completely wrong. But that's how it came across. So I felt a bit jealous. And, I'm in an open relationship, so people often ask about that. How do you possibly deal with the jealousy? Well, it's just an emotion. Another thing in business, I have business competitors. Sometimes they do well. I see they have a book out or a TED talk, and I feel jealous. Totally normal human emotion. Where do I go with jealousy? Well, I think first of all, are we inclined toward jealousy? I'm not a particularly jealous person. Some people seem, because of their family background or whatever, to have this way worse than me. I've coached people on this who really seem to have it as a thing. They might not be so suited to an open relationship, for example. There are ways we can more over long term incline ourselves away from jealousy as well. There's something called sympathetic joy. Mudita, I believe the Pali is, which is a Buddhist meditation of wishing people well for their happiness. So this is a practice you can be in, and actually something we all do. If you see someone just a baby happy, or you walk down the street and there's two lovers holding hands, you're happy for them, right? If there's no reason not to be, you're happy for them. It's only if you're missing your lover or jealous or something like that you wouldn't feel happy for them. So this is a practice we can actually do deliberately just throughout the day, and there's a meditation on it. Sympathetic joy. I think empathic resonance of delight, or delight meditation might be a better translation from the Pali. This is a long-term practice we can do to reduce jealousy. I think really helpful. Another one we can do is obviously embodiment terms. So when I'm jealous, I might think, what do I want to act from there? Well, first of all, I think the beauty in the jealousy is going, okay, so maybe something my own value, something I value is at stake here. Is something of my own values being triggered. My own values are in this in some way. So that's beautiful. That's something worth seeing, my own needs and values. Yeah, that's underneath this jealousy, which might not be so helpful. And then I've then got a decision. Do I want to act from there? Do I want to act from that place? Often that's not going to be helpful. I might want to center myself, look at my videos on that. I might want to relax. I might want to open, soften. For me, jealousy is a kind of contraction, yeah. So it might not be such a helpful place for react from, even though I might want to feel it and notice the message that I'm getting from there. I think it's important with jealousy to go, okay, is this a place where I do need to assert my boundaries? Is the place I want to make a request, like saying, hey, honey, can you not do that? Or can you not do that in front of me? Yeah, to say how I feel, to own my own side of that. The tendency, of course, with jealousy, and I see a lot of guys never liked it, and I've had a lot of ex-girlfriends complain about this from other boyfriends. I don't think I do it much myself, but I have heard about it a lot, is guys getting controlling, guys feeling threatened and then getting controlling as a result of that, and saying someone else has to do something. It's a demand, not a request. So there's one thing saying, hey, honey, could you not flirt with other guys in front of me? Don't much like it, and then might not even know she was doing it. Pretty in fact, almost certain. And that's quite different from saying you can't go out, or guys are like, you can't dress a certain way because I can't handle my emotions. So they get controlling other people because they can't regulate and manage themselves, and they can't make clean requests, which are requests and not demands. So yeah, it's interesting for me. It's an interesting one for me because it's not like my specialist topics. It's not something I deal with a lot, but it is something that comes up. And I've had it in business world. One of my competitors I don't like, and I tend to get more jealous of him than other people that have success in my field. I say Frankie or a new cat's success. I don't feel jealous because they're friends of mine. But there's one guy I don't like and I don't respect, and when he has some success, I'm like, ugh. So over the years, I have had to deal with that a little bit. The well-wishing, wishing him well. And just leaning away from that, going, I don't want to feed that. That's something that's a human emotion. It's totally natural. I'm not going to judge myself for it when that comes up, But do I want to feed it? No. Do I want to build it? No. There's healthier things to build. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on how to be jealous.